You're welcome. We have your CV. We want you to say some introductory comments on yourself. Don't need to repeat the entire what's in the CV. Just areas that you think are important, you want to emphasize, or something you think we have missed out in the CV that is not there. And then after that, you take a few questions.
Your Excellency, the Senate President, Your Excellency, the Deputy Senate President, Principal Officers of the Senate, distinguished senators, my brothers, Senator Alindume and Senator Abubakar Kyari. My name is Arfo. I was born in 1951. I did my primary school from 1958 to 1964. I did my secondary school at Gama Secondary School, Maiduguri, from 1965 to 69. I went to higher school certificate, HSC, from 1970 to 71 at the same Gama College, Maiduguri. Then I went to ABU in 1972 and finished in 1975. In 1975, I did my NYC at James Welsh Grammar School, Emevo, in Isoko Division of the present Delta State. They were nice people. Now, my working experience spans from 1976 to 2007. From 1976 to 1978, I taught in a secondary school. Then from 1976 to 1988, I taught at a tertiary institution, Bonu College of Education Studies, Maiduguri. Then from 1988 to 2007, I worked in the civil service. I rose up from and reached the point of Permanent Secretary. At a stage, I was the Secretary to State Government of my state. I've served my state very well, and what I expect to bring here at the INEC is honesty, dedication, and the responsibility. I am convinced that Nigeria needs to move forward as a leader of the African countries. Nigeria is a great country, and so through proper elections, we can have people in good places so that they can serve our country well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. Very distinguished colleagues. My name is Senator Suleiman Nazif, and I represent Bauchi North. My question this afternoon is on primary election. A lot of questions have been asked about general election and so on and so forth. You are aware that primary election is the greatest, deadliest disease of a politician if diagnosed wrongly. What measures are you putting in place to ensure effective monitoring and reporting such? Because primary elections, as you are aware, is the gateway to winning general election. Please respond.
Senator Marafa.
Marafa Bashir. Oh, Kabiru. Your Excellency, Your Excellency, the President of the Senate, Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished colleagues, my name is Marafa Bashir Abba. I represent Taraba Central Senatorial District.
Mr. Nominee, first of all, I would like to congratulate you for being nominated to be INEC commissioner from your own zone. I have only one question to ask you. Coming from the northeast sub-region, or coming from Borno State, where virtually Boko Haram have taken over the state before now. Thank God, major part of the state is now recovered from the Boko Haram. Yeah, in a situation of insurgency like this, and when the election comes in, how would you advise, or how would you educate the electorates that are running away from their homes, they are running away from where they registered? How are they going to vote? Because majority of them do not vote. They don't vote during this period. And that, I think, is not a good thing that is happening to them, and they need to vote. So what would you do, or what advice would you prefer in this type of situation? Thank you.
Senator Suleiman asked about primary election within the parties. It is normal in the electoral process for people to conduct primary elections so as to reduce the load of work in the final election. And to make these primary elections effective, I think the role of INEC is very important in supervising the process and ensuring that there's fair play and a level field for all the players. If the role of INEC is allowed to take effect, issues of imposition of candidates and some of these things that happens in some of the political parties will be properly addressed. Now, with respect to Senator Marafa, he talked about Boko Haram, the insecurity, and how elections can be conducted in Borno or in the Northeast. First of all, as at now, majority of the population are in ID camps in Maiduguri or Adamawa or Yobe. However, for those of the population that are outside, this cannot be reached because of the very security situation. Those in the IDP camps are closely watched and organized, and the elections can take place there because majority of the population are within the camps and they are accessible. But it is very sad that those in the outside cannot be reached for primary elections. That's all.
Mr. President, I'm Senator Aliu Sabi Abdullahi, Niger North. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I want to state that on the authority of those who have been in the National Institute, and the most vocal being my distinguished brother Ali Wakil, I guess he has stepped out. But I'm looking at distinguished Senator JT, the very charming Jerry Boy. I want to state, Mr. President, that the nominee before us is a member of the National Institute, and I will seek my distinguished colleagues to give him this honor of letting him just take a bow based on what you have said. Thank you.
Order.